Welcome to the iPad Possibilities Podcast, episode number 57, Hulu Plus. Well, welcome to yet another episode of the iPad Possibilities Podcast. Today, I've got a lot of great things to share with you. The main topic of today is Hulu Plus. Today, Wednesday, June 29th, Hulu announced they're going to be adding a Plus service which will work on the iPad, amongst other devices. So that's the main topic for the day. But before we get to that, I've got some announcements I want to share with you. As I mentioned earlier, tppn.tv is a new URL for this page here, this network here. And this week we're launching a bunch of new shows. So tomorrow, the day this airs for the premium users and the app people, we'll have two new shows that are launching. The first is called Internet Possibilities, and I'll be discussing Skype. What possibilities does it mean for you as a user to use Skype as your telephone service? And I also am but have another episode of the Possibilities Podcast, where I simply discuss some possibilities that are around. And I forget exactly what I discuss on that episode tomorrow, because I do record everything on Friday. So it's been a while since I recorded that episode. And then I'm also launching a show pretty soon here called, I think it's going to be called the Daily Possibilities Podcast, or something like that. But basically the premise of this new show that's launching is I'm going to do a Twitter search for possibilities and see what comes up and do a whole show on that. And that'll be a twice a week deal, Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm hoping to get that launched this Thursday. So just some quick announcements regarding tppn.tv. So grab those all there, and later this week or next week in iTunes. So that's some quick announcements. And with that said, let's get to some kind of experiments I've been doing on my iPhone. So I don't want to spend a great deal amount of time here on iPhone related things, but I recently jailbroke my 3G on the latest firmware, that 4.0 firmware. And a part of the options with this jailbreak, I think it was Red Snow jailbreaking, was the ability to add multitasking, which includes the orientation lock and the custom background when you're using your iPhone. So all the same stuff you get with your 3GS was available to me by jailbreaking. I just said, yes, do this to me. Do this to my iPhone and add multitasking. And I was worried, right, what would the experience be like, because Apple dubbed this hardware as not being up to snuff with multitasking. And I have to say, it's been up to par. It's been up to the experience I would expect out of the 3G. Multitasking works great. Pandora runs in the background well. And quite honestly, I don't see why Apple got rid of this feature for 3G users. My only guess is, hey, we just want you to get new hardware, which I actually did. I bought an iPod Touch 3G so I could take advantage of all these great things. And the iPhone 3G is slower on the 4.0 beta, not beta, but firmware, and but it does run perfectly well with the multitasking because Apple did implement it so well. So it has me kind of puzzled. Why did Apple do this? I think they should have enabled it, because it's been a great experience so far on this jailbreak. It hasn't been slower than prior usage with it not jailbroken and not multitasking enabled. So I just wanted to share those thoughts. If anyone is out there, an iPhone 3G user, wondering, hey, is this jailbreaking a good idea? And I would have to say yes, go for it. Enable your multitasking, enable your background images, and really unleash the potential of the 4.0 beta. And not 4.0 beta, but you get what I'm saying. And some other cool benefits, I was actually able to install Hulu Plus on it, which it's marketed as only running on the 3GS and newer hardware. So on to the real meat of the show, and that is Hulu Plus. So, Hulu Plus. What is Hulu Plus? Well, Hulu Plus is their paid service now. They announced they're going to start this basically beta version of this paid service today. I sent my request for an invite, and once there's a slot open, they have assured me that I will get an invite to start paying the money for Hulu. So, I first want to preface this with referring back to an idea I had earlier, on earlier episodes, with the MediaPad. The idea that the iPad now becomes this perfect device to consume all of your media on. And now we have Netflix, we have Air Video, and we have kind of the missing link. We have Hulu. And the hopes here with Hulu being on the iPad finally is that we will have, right, TV. We will be able to get rid of our TV subscriptions, our paid TV, for something like Hulu. And I'm excited to try this out. I'm excited to see what this experience is like. And in my testing so far, it's been great. I've been able to access the free videos through their app. And it's been a really cool thing. And I have to feel that this MediaPad idea is really rounding itself out with Hulu. Another integration with this, if you don't like Hulu and you don't like that idea of paying money for Hulu, Slingbox, right? It's a bit more complicated because you have to set up your Slingbox at home and all that kind of stuff. But if you just want to pay for your TV subscription while having access to that on your iPad, Slingbox is another great solution. So the MediaPad, I think, is finally kind of complete here. We've got, MLB At Bat if you're a baseball guy. We've got Hulu now for pretty much all your TV shows. I will go into kind of the limitations here and why Slingbox might be a better alternative for your TV. But the idea is here, we have Netflix for all your movies, or a lot of them, right? A lot of content available through Netflix. Now Hulu is at your iPad now for a good majority of what people expect and need in TV content. So I think the MediaPad and TV 2.0, which kind of integrates into this as well, and I think it's getting very complete, and it's exciting because the iPad has only been available since April 3rd, I believe, and it's June. It's just about July 1st, so pretty much within a couple of months, this idea of the MediaPad is really shaping out and rounding out. So with that said, let me get into the Hulu announcement. What was announced, and I'm just going to do a reading of their announcement and kind of dissect it later on here. So here we go. Before I start my reading, I wanted to let everyone know if they want to skip through this part. It's 8 minutes long, but I feel it's a great part to have in here so you know the full announcements here. But if you want to skip through the reading, you can, but I think it's enjoyable. So either way, it's 8 minutes long, so just fast forward, or if you're on the AAC versions through the downloads, you can just skip by the chapter markings. So it's a quick hint, and now back to the show and the Hulu announcement. So here is the Hulu announcement posted on their blog. Everyone on the Hulu team shares 3 things in common. I'll cover 2 of those immediately. We'll get to the last one at the end of this post. First, we are proud to say that we love TV shows. TV shows entertain billions of people across the globe and are among the most durable, high-quality forms of storytelling in our society. TV shows play a significant role in billions of people's lives, billions of people's daily routines. Second, we believe that the TV experience, while already great, has the opportunity to be even better. We have great conviction that consumers should be able to watch the TV shows they'd like to watch, whenever they'd want to watch them, wherever they want to watch them. The Hulu team has taken that conviction and built a very special service we're calling Hulu Plus. The Hulu Plus service is our answer to the question of what if your favorite TV shows loved you back. Hulu Plus is not a replacement for Hulu.com. Hulu Plus is a new, revolutionary, ad-supported subscription product that is incremental and complementary to the existing Hulu service. For almost all of the current broadcast shows on our service, Hulu Plus offers the full season. Every single episode of the current season will be available, not just a handful of trailing episodes. Now there's never a bad time to jump in on a hot new show like Modern Family. From Family Guy to Glee, from The Office to 30 Rock, from Grey's Anatomy to Desperate Housewives, from Parks and Recreation to Parenthood, from House to Saturday Night Live, and dozens of other hits. The best time to jump in on any series is any time, and with any episode that's right for you. As a Hulu Plus subscriber, you'll also have access to back seasons of full-run TV shows. These are just some of the shows. All 9 seasons of X-Files, all 3 seasons of Arrested Development, 10 seasons of Law and Order SVU, all 5 seasons of Ally McBeal, 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and 3 seasons of Roswell. Every episode ever of Grey's Anatomy and Desperate Housewives, classic skits from the first 5 and most recent 5 seasons of Saturday Night Live, the list goes on. This is all on top of hundreds of shows already on Hulu.com today. It's a treasure chest in the cloud for TV lovers. How can someone watch all these TV shows? The only possible way is if someone could pull up these TV shows wherever they were, on whatever device they happen to be available on. That's why we're excited to announce that Hulu Plus subscribers can watch their favorites through more than just the browser on their Mac or PC. Let's start in your living room, right? You're sitting down for dinner and you'd like to pull up Hulu on your TV. Today you'd have to plug in the computer into the TV and try to connect the audio from your computer to the sound system. It's certainly doable, but it's not as easy as it could be. Starting today, Hulu Plus subscribers who own select internet-connected TVs and Blu-ray players can download a Hulu Plus app from the Samsung App Store and start streaming Hulu Plus directly. Now, let's say you migrate from the living room to your den or bedroom or patio where you don't have a TV. You can always pull up Hulu Plus on your laptop, but starting today, you can access Hulu content via Wi-Fi or 3G on another device, the Apple iPad. I've been watching Hulu on my iPad for several weeks now, and I've watched more TV content through the iPad than any other device. Now, let's head out of the house and onto the road. Wouldn't it be nice if while you're waiting for your coffee order at the local cafe, you could finish watching that episode you started watching that morning on your iPad? Well, starting today, if you're a Hulu Plus subscriber and you own an iPhone 3GS or iPhone 4 or 3rd generation iPod Touch, you can. Also the note, on an iPhone 3G, jailbroken, I've been able to do this as well. The Hulu Plus app on the iPhone streams over 3G and Wi-Fi. It's TV shows in the palm of your hand. A spare 5 minutes will never be as boring again. You can start watching a show on your HD TV one night, pick up right where you left off on your laptop at lunch, watch another Chuck on the bus ride home on your iPhone, and finish watching in your bed on your iPad. The time to watch your favorite shows is anytime you want. These are the devices shipping with Hulu Plus today. But this is just the first step in our mission to bring you TV wherever you are. We are already hard at work on porting Hulu Plus to other devices and platforms, with PlayStation 3 coming soon, but that's a story for another day. More content, more devices, but that's not all. We want to take full advantage of beautiful display devices like your HD TV connected to your Samsung Blu-ray player or your iPad. So for all Hulu Plus subscribers will now stream all native HD content in 720p high definition. The last question, and an obvious one, is how much this costs. We wanted Hulu Plus to be priced for as many people as possible. We're thrilled to be able to bring all this to you at the price of just $10 a month. How do you sign up for Hulu Plus. Starting today, we'll be issuing invites to become a Hulu Plus subscriber. If you're interested, you can request an invite here to ensure we're offering the best experience for all our Hulu Plus customers. We'll be sending out invites in waves. Hint, if you follow Hulu on Twitter, twitter.com/Hulu, or like Hulu on Facebook, we'll be handing out invites to random sets from each of these groups from time to time over the coming months. We'll be sending out as many invites as we can each week and as soon as we are ready. We'll remove the need for an invite and start bringing in subscribers without delay. At the start, I mentioned I'd come back to the third thing that all of us at Hulu have in common. That third thing is we believe that any lasting solution to the challenge of making TV show discovery and viewing dramatically easier has to work for all three of our consumers. And those are our end users, our advertisers, and our content suppliers. With Hulu Plus, we believe we've met that goal. For our end users, we're offering them the most convenient way to access their favorite shows on devices they love in HD at a fair price. For our advertisers, who allow us to keep Hulu price low with the support of ad revenue, we offer one of the world's most effective ad platforms with the ability to speak effectively to users across a variety of devices anywhere they happen to be. And finally, our content providers. We offer revenues that compensate them fairly for bearing the cost of producing the shows we love. Is our work done? Not even close. There are more shows to license, more countries to expand into, and more product features to build. And we will. But for today, we just want to share our latest project with you. We think it's pretty great. We hope you do too. Jason Kyler. Jason at Hulu.com. CEO of Hulu. So that concludes the reading of their announcement. And just some thoughts on what was announced. I think Hulu gets it. Hulu understands what they need to do to deliver a good product. They're following the Netflix model of being on every device, and they've seen the success that Netflix has had with that. They've seen the success of having it on the iPad, coming soon for the iPhone. I actually have to check. Is that out yet? I'm not sure. iPhone 4 is out. I'd love to see if they updated that. Anyways, they followed the success of basically Netflix going on every single device, and they're starting out with some very core devices, such as the iPhone and the iPad. And I think that's key. And especially with this audience, I think you'll understand how it's key to be on those devices. They're also understanding we want to watch our TV shows on a TV set. So they're doing integrations with PlayStation 3, Xbox. Those are later on. But they'll also have integrations with some Blu-ray players and TVs themselves, which I think is very cool. And it sounds like, from reading it, that their goal is to be on every device known to man that can enable this kind of service. And I hope Apple will revamp their Apple TV and allow an app, a Hulu app, and that would be killer. I would not need a set-top box anymore if Apple did that. I could just buy the Apple TV with that app. So I think it's great and awesome that they're going to every device possible. Now, a lot of people probably are upset that there are still ads in this paid service. Now, my thoughts here are, wait, you're complaining about ads in a paid service that replaces TV. Let me think here. What kind of platform do you pay for that has ads already? And it comes to mind that TV and satellite and all of these very expensive, some of these services are $50 to $100 a month, I believe, for content that is covered in advertisements, right? TV has always been something that is ad covered. But with Hulu, it's a little bit different because the ads are so short. You won't find an ad really longer than a minute, I don't believe. And they also give you a countdown to tell you, hey, this is how long it's going to last. And they're very blatant about their ads. They're very short, very concise, and they're not really that annoying. It's a good break time, I find, for my consumption of TV. So I think the ads are fine. I think the ads are something that they enable Hulu to give us content at $10 a month. And for cost-wise, I think they're on par as well as where they need to be. I think they may be able to reach more people at $5 a month, but I think $10 is still a killer deal. Because if you look at, what TV costs today, you'll find it's a lot more than $10 for the content you're getting through Hulu. So I think $10 is a good price. It's on par with Netflix right there. Low end, I think, is around $10. So basically for $20 a month, you have access to Netflix, and you have access, for $20 a month, you have access to Netflix, and you have access to Hulu. And this combination, I think, brings all the content you could possibly want as far as video content. I think you may want to pay for some audio content if you listen to other podcasts, such as GSPN TV is a great site, and of course my site, I'd love for people to start paying monthly for that as well. But I think for video content, with those two services, Netflix and Hulu now, I think that's a killer price and killer service as far as everything is concerned. And I think it's killer that they're on every device, that is important right now. They're on the mobile devices, the iPad and the iPhone, and they're on some devices that hook up to your TV. And that will only expand over time. And you can download this app right now. Anyone can download the Hulu Plus app. It's a free universal app. And if you're jailbroken, I was actually able to do this on my iPhone 3G running the 4.0. As I talked about, I enabled multitasking and all that great stuff on my iPhone 3G. And it ran fine. So I really don't get what these people are doing, limiting what devices they can be on. I think 3G runs these apps fine. It's just doing video over the air. Nothing really intensive about that. So, great app. I checked out the app. I did some just initial thoughts here. The initial thoughts on the app. It's great that they have free content on the app, so anyone can check out their 10 to 15 videos there, full episodes, supersized meat in its full form. So you have that free video there as well to just get the experience of what this app is all about. And I have to say it's very great. It's the Hulu experience without the mess of Flash, right? It was a very enjoyable experience. I don't have access to all the paid content, but I was able to browse in what they do have. And I have to emphasize here, their content is really focused on TV. I was very disappointed with the lack of movies available. I think Netflix is still the way to go because movie content is really not there right now. So maybe that expands in the coming months. Maybe it does. Maybe they might even try to kick Netflix out of the picture by delivering a bunch of movies. We'll see how that goes. But as far as the TV shows, I was really hoping I'd have access to more of their backlogs, right? I want to see House in all of their 6 or 7 seasons in full. I want to see Lost in all of their 6 or 7 seasons in full. I want to have access to, Seinfeld in full. I want to have access to Friends in full. And it was really lacking, I feel, in their backlog. I think that's fine for a TV replacement service because in a TV, you don't have access to all those backlogs. You might say with the reruns you might, but I think that might be okay. It was very cool seeing that how you have access to the full season of the current season, and that's a great thing to have. I know that's currently not available anywhere online for, say, Lost. I was trying to finish up Lost, and currently you just have to buy them through iTunes to finish it up because you had the first 5 seasons available via the ABC app or Netflix, but currently the 6th season you only have access to like the last 6 or 7 episodes via the different apps available. So right now Hulu's the only way to get that, so that's great. And I think it's gonna be a really killer app and service that people start to take advantage of more and more. So I think we're at the beginning of something big here. I think we're at the beginning of a new wave people watch their TV shows. I think the way that The model we had in the past of people just paying for a TV service that goes to your TV and just your TV is long behind us. I think this announcement is big. I think it's the beginning of something huge. And I think what this means for you is perhaps you may not even need to pay for TV anymore. Perhaps you can just simply pay for Hulu and Netflix and have access to all the content you want to on any device you want to. And the cool thing with both of these apps, it will remember where you leave off. So as you go from one device to the other, it'll remember where you're at, and you'll be able to just simultaneously continue on your new device. So I think this is cool. I think this is killer. I think this means great things for the consumer. And it means your iPad is really going to be elevated to this TV 2.0, this next generation TV that I've been talking about for a while here. So one final wrap-up thought here is, what is still needed for this to all work? What is still needed for Hulu to revolutionize the way people watch TV? I think we're missing one key ingredient here, and that is live programming. Now, I don't watch a great deal of live programming, but for those sports fans, for those people that watch the nightly news, this is a problem, right? We still need that TV line for live broadcasting. I think it would be amazing. I think it would be killer if Hulu found a way to localize their service. So say I live in Indianapolis. Say I have access to live Indianapolis programming through different news sites and different sports sites, sites meaning channels. So I have access to these live programming. That is what would elevate Hulu to another level where this is going to be, something great. This is something that I can totally get rid of my TV with. And right now that's not there. And that's something that I think Hulu may run into in the future. It's like, we did a really good job, but we're not quite there. It's not live yet. And live is something huge and big. And so right now, people would still need to pay for their TV and use a Sling box to get their content onto their iPads. And that's a problem for Hulu, I think, because if people do that, they'll just stop paying for Hulu and just do everything through their Sling box. With Sling box, you can have all of your content, 3G, Wi-Fi, have it just stream to your iPad or iPhone and have access to it. So one way or another, we've got that ability, but until Hulu does that, I think a problem still arises there, right? So those are my final kind of thoughts on Hulu. I think live TV is huge. I'm watching more and more live TV from internet stations such as Twit, who have that TwitPad app. I'm watching more and more live TV because of that. And I think the more content available live, the better for everyone. So that's my final thoughts on this whole Hulu Plus announcement. So if you go to hulu.com/plus, you can find out all the information you need to about it. And you can also download their apps for free in the App Store. Just search Hulu Plus. I've got them downloaded and installed already, and they are great apps. And they do work with the iOS backgrounding, so once you exit the app, it'll bring you back to right where you left off, which is a great feature. So download it now, and with that said, let's get to how you can leave your feedback for this show. So feedback is welcomed at iPadPossibilities@gmail.com and 209-542-iPad. Just call in 209-542-iPad. And for this set of feedback, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is this Hulu Plus service going to replace your traditional TV for you? Is this enough? Is this enough for you? Is this enough content for you? Are you a person that needs live TV? Do you think Slingbox is still the way to go? What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about Hulu? What are your thoughts about leaving the ads in there? What are your thoughts about the cost? And all of those great things. I'm trying to get a feel. Is Hulu on the same... Are you guys feeling the same way I am about this? So send in your feedback, iPadPossibilities@gmail.com or 209-542-iPad. And let's now get to the ways you can support this podcast. So, how do you support this podcast? I put out all this content each and every week, 3 episodes a week for several months now. And I hope to continue doing this. I hope to have the time and mediums to do that. So, I put all this out. You might be asking, how do I support this guy? Well, there's a couple different ways. The first and best way, and it's something that really means something to me, is by becoming a premium member of the podcast. For only $2 a month or $3.50 a month if you want to be a premium member for the entire site of tppn.tv, you become a premium member. And for just $2 a month for this show, you have access to the shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You get emails about promo codes that are available to you guys before anyone else knows about them. So you're the first to know, first to have a chance to get the free apps. And within a month, maybe 2, it'll pay for itself, month over month, with all the free apps you get. It's just the best way to support this show. I'll have free, extra episodes from time to time, video episodes, and just free things to you guys for supporting this podcast. And I tried to price it low at $2 a month, so I understand there's more and more monthly bills with Hulu and things like that, but I felt $2, anyone can support the show for $2 a month. It's done through PayPal, all secure. So if you want to support the show, that's the best way to do it. And you can go to tppn.tv, that's tppn.tv, and go to the iPad Possibilities Premium page. All the info is there, and just sign up today, and that's the best way to support this show. With that said, if you want to purchase the iPad Possibilities podcast app, that's another great way. It's $2.99 for the app, and you get the shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with that app. And you also get some extra videos time to time. I'm still working on a way to get that app universal, but that's how you do that through the App Store. And finally, just leave a review on iTunes. That immensely helps this show. I love reading the reviews. And if you have a problem with this show, if I'm not doing something right, if the audio is messed up for you in some way, simply leave me an email so I can respond to you and try to fix the problem. So that's how you can support this show. And with that said, I've got one final little announcement here. So the final announcement is the whole thing about show notes, right? I've been trying to find a way to do show notes properly. I tried doing this through an Evernote notebook, but those don't really translate that well to, the iPhone or iPad right now. So, starting with the last episode I did, you'll find the show notes at tppn.tv at the same place you download the audio. If you go to the website, just go to iPad Possibilities, go to the audio show, and you'll see a summary of the show. But if you say read more, that will give you access to the show notes. So if you just click read more on the iPad Possibilities audio show page, you'll have access to the show notes right there. And also, if you want to check out, I started a blog, right, for the iPad Possibilities podcast. It's called Writings on iPad Possibilities. And I'm doing something kind of different. I've been writing a book for a little while now. I've kind of taken some time off. But I'm starting to do an interactive version of the book writing. So I'll post the chapters I've been writing, the introduction, and leave comments there as far as how can I improve the content. Am I missing anything? Am I doing anything wrong with grammar or anything like that? So I want to create kind of an interactive experience writing this book. So join me there at tppn.tv under the publication sections, Writings on iPad Possibilities. I'll also have other posts there besides the book, but join me there for the blog on iPad Possibilities. And with that said, I'd like to thank you once again for your time listening to today's show on Hulu. And until next episode, the Friday-Saturday episode, this is Tim Chatton of the iPad Possibilities podcast.